What's up everybody, thanks for watching today. So today's video I'm going to be talking about cars mainly and how to properly negotiate the best price you can get on any car. So to kind of give you a background on me, I've bought and sold probably thousands of cars over the years. I have owned my own car dealership. I have worked for other car dealerships. I've bought and sold plenty of my own personal cars. I've bought and sold plenty of cars for family and friends. So basically what I'm trying to get at is I know the car market. I know what to do every time I buy a car, every time I sell a car. And a huge problem I see is so many people out there are just willing to pay full price and pay full asking price. And with the exception of if you know the market very well and you know this specific car and you're in the business of buying and selling cars, the only time you should ever pay full asking price for a car is if you know that that car is priced way below market value, way below what it should be. And that's the only time you should do that. So any other time, I'm just going to give you some examples, because as a car dealer owner, I loved it when people would come in and pay full price. It was easy. You don't have to haggle. You don't have any of that awkwardness at all. For a person like me, it's really not awkward. It's what I've done my whole life is negotiate. And I'm not just talking about cars. Really everything in life is a negotiation. Your house price, your house rent, your relationship, and what expectations you have of your relationship. Whether you directly or indirectly negotiate, everything is a negotiation. And depending on how good of a negotiator you are is going to depend on a lot of things, and it's going to basically determine your experience in life overall. So sticking back with the car point, I would say the best way you could kind of go about it if you're new at trying to get good car deals and say you're ready to go help somebody, your neighbor or friend or family member, buy their next car. I'm just going to give you some random numbers. So let's say if somebody was selling this car and they were asking, we'll just say $45,000. That's their asking price, okay? A lot of people will come in and probably just pay that price, but not me, since I know that everything is negotiable. So what I would do is I would do a little bit of homework, see what the book value is in the car, see what others are selling for before I would come out with an offer, okay? So once you do a little bit of homework, you don't have to spend a lot of time doing the homework, but just spend a little bit, 10 minutes looking around, have an idea of what the others are selling for. That will be good ammunition. So this car was asking $45,000, and after a little bit of research, I thought, I probably would pay, let's say I would pay $43,000 for this car. That's more than a fair price. Don't be the sucker and just pay whatever they're asking, guys. That's a sucker's game, and you're going to be a loser at a lot of things in life if you're just going out giving everybody whatever they're asking for, and that's in so many different levels of life. But so the car, to me, I know my number. I'd still pay up to 43 grand, but so that doesn't mean I'm just going to come out and offer 43 grand, because you need somewhere to meet in the middle. So me, and you can do this in person over a text, through email. You don't have to just do it in person. You can negotiate any way. So for me, if I wanted it for 43,000, I would offer probably 40,000. Honestly, maybe even 39,000. And some people might be afraid to offend somebody, but really, guys, when people are selling things, they're going to expect to be negotiated with. That's just the way the world works, and it's with that for everything. And so I would offer, say, 40,000 for this car, and then I would expect them to come back and say, no, 44, or how about 43.5? So then you're getting closer to the deal, and then you still have some room to work with, because you wanted the car for 43, but you offered 40. Now they're coming in at 44, maybe 43.5. Okay, and then they're still doing the same thing you're doing. They're trying to save room. So the idea is you want to negotiate an offer lower than the price you want to pay, so you can meet at that price and not meet somewhere in between where you want to pay and what they're asking. So then they would come back at the 43.5. Okay, then I would be like, no, 42, dude, that's the most I can go. And they're gonna be like, oh, well, how about 43? That's typically how a scenario like that would work. It's okay to deny their offer, and they'll deny yours a couple times. It's okay, it's normal for everybody to do this. So don't feel embarrassed to offer lower. You can use excuses like, all I can get approved for is 42,000, you know. I've seen other ones that are cheaper. You know, use whatever excuse you need to. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what excuse it is. What matters is, you know, what you're able to do and what you're able to come up with as far as the offer. Now, ideally, you want to have your finances figured out. You don't want to waste anybody's time. If you're a dreamer, you know, don't even really bother with this. I mean, it could be good to get good practice in if you'd like to try it that way, but that's basically the general idea. Typically, the more expensive the car, the more you can negotiate. So if this car was a $10,000 car and they were asking $10,000 for this car, I would then offer them $7,500. And again, this probably would offend a lot of people, and that's okay. They're used to getting offers like that. Trust me, you're not the only person sending them offers, lowball offers. It's totally normal, guys. So have fun with it, you know, experiment with it. You'll be amazed at how much people will be willing to negotiate if you do it properly. So I would offer $7,500. They would come back probably at $9,000, and we'd probably end up somewhere around $8,500, you know, maybe $8,000. So, I mean, think about how much that is. You just saved $2,000 when normally you would just go in there and pay the whole price. Take that $2,000 and go spend it on yourself, or build a savings account. You know, that's, if you do this time and time again, every time you buy and sell a car, you negotiate the right price, it's gonna really add up over time, guys. So this is a very important lesson, and if you know anybody that could benefit from this, maybe share this video with them. You know, I'm gonna be putting out a lot of videos kind of geared towards car stuff, so feel free to follow along if you'd like. But that's what I would do. Now, as you get down to the cheaper cars, let's say this car was a $2,000 car they were asking. As you get down to that low in price, obviously you're not going to get $1,000 or $2,000 off. Although I have done that before on a $2,000 car. I've definitely gotten plenty of those for $1,000. That's half price, you know. So if it was a $2,000 car, I would probably offer them maybe $1,200 or $1,300 and end up somewhere around $1,500. But again, guys, you'll be surprised, especially if people need cash and you have cash, you're willing to pay cash, and you state that and you tell them, you know, I can pay today $1,500 cash. A lot of people get sick of tire kickers. A lot of people just get sick of haggling. A lot of people just want their car gone. So you'll be amazed at what people are willing to take. You must negotiate. This is crucial. Okay, so I'm trying to think what else I can tell you about this. As I mentioned earlier, this goes for anything in life, guys. Anytime someone's selling a house, the house I'm renting right now, I negotiated the rent. You know, I stated why I thought I should get a reduced rent, because I have perfect credit, I'll never pay late, and I'm OCD. The house will be kept immaculate. That's what I said. I ended up getting an extra $100 off the rent. Also, I said I don't have children, so. Always you want to kind of state the reasons as to why, have some kind of reasoning as to why you're negotiating, you know, that kind of just helps things along. And worst case scenario, they say no, and you go about your life, you go to the next car and negotiate that car, or the next house, or the next relationship. If you're not meeting your relationship terms, and you know, of course you're not going to sit down with your girlfriend and be like, hey, this must go this way, but through time, you kind of negotiate what things you're willing to put up with and what things you're willing to accept. And if you're a crappy negotiator, you're going to get the short end of the stick in that relationship. And chances are you're going to get walked all over, and you're not going to stand up for yourself. So you can apply this technique to everything in life, guys. This is just kind of a general video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment, and I'll do my best to respond. But thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Bye. And I'm back, guys. Something I forgot, so I'm going to add to the end of that video. So once you get the lowest price and negotiate it over the phone or text or email, whatever it is, get the lowest price and then say, is there anything that's wrong with the car? You know, is there anything else that doesn't state in the ad that could be wrong with the car? Anything else needs to be fixed? They'll say no. You already have your lowest bottom price. Okay, then you get there and then you go around the car and you find, hey, this car needs tires. Or hey, there's a huge dent in the back, or there's a scratch that you didn't tell me about, or the AC doesn't work. Any little thing you want to nitpick the car, that is more ammunition to say, hey, we agreed on X amount of dollars, but that was, you know, I asked you if the car needed any other work, and you said it didn't, but it in fact does. So I would have paid $8,000 for the car as we agreed on, but now that I see that it needs tires and the dent fixed, or whatever the situation may be, I'll give you $7,500. You know, maybe try to take off another $500, or just whatever it would be worth to replace or fix the items that I might need. Hey, I see the AC is not working. You didn't really tell me about that. I would have been good with $8,000, but I mean, this could end up costing, you know, $1,000. This could end up costing $500. Even though it could end up being like something stupid like a fuse or a relay. That's just more ammunition that you can try, and I've done this tons of times, guys, and it has worked a lot of the times. You know, I'll give you $7,500, take off another $500, or take off another $300, whatever it is. Worst case scenario, again, is they say no. So always have that in your back pocket as like a final negotiation attempt. I have found that has worked probably maybe half the time. You know, it saved myself another $200, $300, $500, $1,000. One time I flew up to St. George to look at a Corvette, and it was a little rougher than I expected, and I just flew into the airport, so it was like I was there to get the car, but I negotiated. It was like another $1,000 off the deal, and I was already getting a killer good deal, but the guy just needed to get rid of it. I said, dude, this car needs this and that. You know, you didn't tell me that stuff. I flew all the way out here. What can you do? You got to help me out. You know, I'll still take the car, but you got to make this right. And people normally will do that. So just another extra tip for you guys. Hope you guys have a great day.